Good morning, class. Coming to you live from Raton, New Mexico on this Monday morning. Your class is being opened up for you at noon today. And welcome to the launch of the Townsend Institute. There's parts about this that are going to be very traditional, and there's parts that are going to be not so traditional as we learn about character structure and attachment theory and integration and adulthood. I couldn't think of a better place than to come to you live from my motorcycle trailer. My 20-year-old son and I are heading up to Colorado. We're just right on the New Mexico-Colorado border, and we're going to spend a week on these awesome motorcycles. And this represents, 25 years, but really 5 years of really intensive work to have my wife be able to be integrated enough to hold the good and the bad of the craziness of this trip. These motorcycles are fun. They're exciting. My 20-year-old son and I are jazzed about this. And we're going to go do a man adventure together for this week. And at the same time, there's danger and there's risk. And my wife is scared about that. And it takes a lot to hold the good and the bad and to come to me and say, Steve, I love you so much. And this makes me crazy. Why do you have these two giant motorcycles for you and your son? I think you guys are going to be in harm's way. How does that move forward when we make business decisions? This is a risk, and what is your tolerance for risk? How do we hold both the good and the bad? Is there such thing as a business decision that doesn't have risk, that doesn't have a negative consequence? You may make more money, but it may take more of your time. And these are all things that we're going to take a deep dive into this week. The information that you're going to get in this class is absolutely life-changing. We're going to talk about attachment theory. And if you get in this class early the week before and start looking around, start spending some time thinking about attachment theory and what that was like for you growing up. And are you anxious attached? Are you secure attached? Because the fact is we can all move to a secure attached position as we dig through these different components of our character. Integration. How are you doing with holding the good and the bad? Is it okay if you don't finish an assignment? Do you beat yourself up? How do you feel about those consequences? I had a moment yesterday with my wife where I pulled one of our vehicles into a spot that was marked for high efficiency vehicles. And we had a very short but clear discussion on what we thought the definition of high efficiency vehicles meant. I thought the vehicle that I was in compared to my diesel pickup truck was high efficiency. My wife felt like that meant hybrid. And we had a little discussion on the fact that the sign didn't say hybrid. And so what do you do with black and white in the world? What do you do with gray? How do you move forward with those things? And how do you accomplish that as you walk the people you lead through it? Someone you're coaching, someone you're counseling, someone you're leading in an organization that's getting bogged down in a rule that you made up. And the rule is now hurting your business. How do you work with the person that's having a lot of conflict over that? These are things we're really going to look at, but it starts with taking a look inside you. So take some time on this material. This material is worth it. It is worth looking into and looking in the mirror and asking yourself those questions on how does this relate to me? As you understand this character structure and this tree and the growth model that we're going to look at, what are the nutrients that are going into your soil so that you can produce the good fruit that God designed? Psalm 1 says, blessed is the man who is in the Word of God, and he will be like a tree planted by streams of water, who bears fruit in his season, and his leaf will not wither. I want that for every one of you. And this is some of the good nutrients. So enjoy this dive into the great nutrients. If you have questions, feel free to email me. I'm here and I'm available. I'll try to respond to each evening because during the day, I'll be on these. See you guys next week.